Hello, welcome to Seek the Magic. This is Erin speaking today. Very excited about the Olympics that are happening right now. It's Tuesday, July 30th, and they started on Friday. And I have been obsessed and inspired by all the different athletes going and competing and all the families supporting their relatives, kids to go and compete for their country on a world stage. And I thought this was important because as I'm, watching these individual athletes, I was watching the men's gymnastics, which the USA men just won bronze for their group performance, which ended a 16-year drought of not winning a medal. And all the guys were really thrilled. And every individual performance, you saw them go on stage and, have a moment, take a deep breath, and then, perform to the best of their ability. And at that point, they executed in the finals a lot better than they did in the preliminary round. And it just reminded me of the magic of sport and how it's a combination of physical and mental acumen and skills and talent and fortitude, and how that connects to the things we've been talking about for mindfulness and controlling your emotions and thinking about your emotions and connecting to different parts of yourself. On any stage, an athlete, even, going out for a morning run, you have different thoughts competing in your mind, different amounts of pressure, different, interests about what you want to do, you don't want to do. And they all come to a head specifically when you are doing something for competitive reasons and you have the world watching you. There's a huge component of fear. There's a lot on the line. And, how does one take that moment and control the right energy to go to compete and use their skills and capabilities to the best extent they can? And it's amazing to watch. There's, high probability of many things that could go wrong. And I think if athletes focused on things that could go wrong, they would quite often fail. And sometimes they do, based on focusing too much on the negative or over focusing on the ego, the mind, the fight or flight element of what we think. But if one is centered and can connect with their true essence and avoid those vulnerable fear-based feelings, then they're more likely to succeed and execute well. Another element of sport that has come up and I've heard a lot from different athletes is visualizing things before, going to the heart of competition, visualizing what is going to happen, rehearsing, going through not just winning, but going through the entire competition or game or race or whatever. And this is something that I've done too. Back when I competed, I ran track and cross country in high school. I didn't run at any university, but I certainly had my share of times when I got too mental about things and froze or tripped or something like that. And it was literally, I can remember those moments because my mind just got too caught up in what I wanted and the consequences and, the potential upside and downside of everything. And I just didn't let my body do what it could do, which is, run a great race and go, go at a certain speed that was competitive in high school at the time. And the times when I didn't feel like there was as much on the line or I didn't put my head into it as much, I did really well. And so I just remember that. I think after not competing athletically for a little bit, still would run races for fun and, run my normal workouts on the road or whatever, but didn't really compete. That element of separating the fearful mind and my personal intrinsic self, I kind of forgot about that. And so now that I'm, watching the Olympics and this is coming up again in terms of separating and observing thoughts, this has come together in a beautiful, magical way for me that reminded me why that was important and why it is important to be in the zone and get in the zone and, again, separate those potential fearful thoughts that have a chance to limit your performance potential and then, not have you do as well as you could. Obviously, this comes to an acute view when we watch things like the Olympics or sports in general, but this happens every day, almost every moment for many human beings. There's opportunities to take risks, to do one thing or another thing, to play it safe or to avoid speaking up, or many, many different things that can cause us to not perform, not play, or not connect to the world in a way of our full potential. And this is an opportunity for us to say, we don't have to hold back and we can look at those thoughts and see what we think is the best way to go. So just wanted to say the Olympics are magical and that can help show us the truth of what our potential is and how we can bring our best selves to the stage by reviewing all the things that are happening and really connecting to our true selves and not being fearful. I hope you seek the magic on your day to day.